Hi, this is Murray's wife, Marcia again. Murray still has laryngitis, so I am doing another video for him. I know that right now, a lot of people are wondering if we will have a white Christmas. Well, I believe that based on the weather pattern that is currently developing, the Ohio Valley should have an increased chance of seeing a white Christmas this year. So I thought it'd be fun to try to quantify the increased probability. And so that is what I will attempt to do in this video. But before we get started, I want to remind you to subscribe to his YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can click on the subscribe button at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Also, remember, if you want extra details regarding the weather of the Ohio Valley, I'd love for you to join his pro site. You can join at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather. So I thought I'd start by showing you the historical probabilities of a white Christmas across the Ohio Valley. On this map, the lowest number would be in the south of each section, and the highest amounts would be in the north of each section. So for locations near the Ohio River, the odds of a white Christmas are typically around 10%. For locations along I-70, the odds are generally around 25%. Once you get near Cleveland, the odds go up to 50%. And for locations from Ashtabula to Erie, Pennsylvania, the odds are between 50 and 75%. But what about this year? Well, there are several things I want to show you that I believe are increasing our chances of a white Christmas this year. As I go through this, keep in mind that the values that I am assigning are arbitrary and based solely on my opinion. Now, let's start with the Arctic Oscillation. If you have been following me, then you know that I'm predicting that the AO will be negative for most of this winter. Remember, when the AO is negative, it means that the polar vortex is weak, and so it allows Arctic air to spill into the lower latitudes. So based on that fact, I am expecting a negative AO that will increase our chances of white Christmas by around 5%. Now let's look at the North Atlantic Oscillation. Over the next couple of weeks, the NAO is expecting to go negative. When the NAO is negative, a strong blocking high pressure is in place over the North Atlantic near Greenland. And so a negative NAO helps to push the Arctic air into the United States. This increases our chances of a white Christmas by another 5%. Now let's look at the Pacific North American pattern. Around the middle of the month, the PNA is expecting to go positive. When the PNA is positive, it means that there will be warmer than normal temperatures in the western United States. Typically, this forces colder air into the eastern US, so this will increase our chances of a white Christmas by another 5%. Now let's look at what the CFS model is showing. The CFS model is a long-range model that runs twice each day. Each day, the first run is called the 0Z run, and the second run is called the 12Z run. I'm going to show you the last 12 runs of the CFS model for each run that shows at least 1 inch of snow for the Ohio Valley on Christmas morning. I am going to add 1% to the odds of a white Christmas. For the 0Z run from November 26th, we get plus 1%. For the 12Z run from November 26th, we get plus 0%. For the 0 run from November 27th, we get plus 1%. For the 12Z run from November 27th, we get plus 0%. For the 0Z run from November 28th, we get plus 1%. For the 12Z run from November 28th, we get plus 1%. For the 0 run from November 29th, we get plus 1%. For the 12Z run from November 29th, we get plus 0%. For the 0Z run from November 30th, we get plus 1%. For the 12Z run from November 30th, we get plus 0%. For the 0 run for December 1st, we get plus 1%. And for the 12Z run from December 1st, we get plus 1%. So from the past 12 runs of the CFS model, 8 of the 12 are showing at least 1 inch of snow for the Ohio Valley on Christmas morning. Now let's look at the final count. That's plus 5% for the AO, plus 5% for the NAO, plus 5% for the PNA, and plus 8% for 8 of the 12 most recent runs of the CFS model. That means that as right now, I believe the Ohio Valley has a 23% better chance of a white Christmas this year than a normal year. So one more time, here's the map based on historical averages. And here is the map for this year showing an increase of 23% across the board. This means that this year, I believe that Southern Ohio has a 33 to 48% chance of a white Christmas. Most of Northern Ohio has a 48 to 73% chance. And for locations from Ashtabula to Erie, Pennsylvania, the chances are 73 to 98%. And for the mountains of Pennsylvania and West Virginia, the chances are also 73 to 98%. Now, obviously, this can all change as new data comes in. So I'm planning to do this again around the middle of the month. And again, if you like these videos, then please subscribe to his YouTube channel. And again, I'd love for you to join his pro site. You can join at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather.